I'm going to unveil the powerful secrets on how the wealthy get wealthier without using their money. And you can change your financial future with this today. And by the way, wait till the end of this video. I'm going to show you how I made $60 million on one deal and didn't pay a penny in taxes. So look, while you might believe that the rich people use their money, their cash, their bank accounts, they don't. Some of you have this, some of you don't. What you all need to do though is put this on your list of things that you want to start working towards. See, what we were told to do was go to school, get a job, save your money, buy a house. That is not what the wealthy people are doing. They go to school maybe. Elon Musk says he wants engineers, he doesn't want degrees. But what can you do today? Well, the thing you can do that I've been doing for years is I write down where I'm going. What is it I need to start accumulating, whether it's knowledge, friends, a network, or something else that could actually create wealth for me. One of those things is this, okay? You could take your business accounts. For instance, I'll use my business accounts today, not use the money, but use debt from a bank. I'll leverage this business account to actually get debt that I can write off in order to go buy equipment or expansion or advertising. Because if I simply just spend my cash, I deplete my cash. What I can do is convert my cash to debt, keep my cash on my books, and actually use money over here that cost me 6, 7, or 8% to get a 20 or 30 or 40% return. This is called leverage, where I'm basically using other people's money against my bank account. A second thing you can do if you don't have a business account, and look, if you don't have one, get one and start putting money in a business account, right? It just needs to be something you're looking forward to in the future that you're gonna start building on. If you look for it, you'll see it. Well, number two thing you could do, you could take your accounts receivables. We have 2,300 people that pay us every month to service, support, to work with them, consult them, and train their company. They're on a 3-year contract. 2,300 people paying us X dollars for 36 months into the future, and I can take those accounts and actually borrow against those accounts. There's also places where I could actually sell those accounts today, collect the money from the future, pull it, draw it forward. I don't really want to do that. Okay. What I want to do though is, because I don't want to pay taxes on that money, so I owe that service going forward. What I can do is borrow against the service I'm going to deliver in the future, and I'm going to borrow against that. That's a way for me to actually use my accounts receivables to leverage and borrow money so that I can expand my company, or go do one of those things that I love to do, buy another company or buy some real estate. Okay. Third thing I could do. This is a super hack. I didn't know this until I was in a loan situation once. I was borrowing money to buy a piece of real estate, and I went in there with my credit application. I went in there with my credit score. I'd done all this research to make it easy on the bank. I sat down with them and showed them, okay, this is my company. This is what I've done. This is who I paid. This is my debt. And they're like, bro, we don't care about any of that. We care about one thing, your schedule of assets. This is what the wealthy do, okay? If you've ever seen an ad, fix your credit score. No offense to you, but I'm just telling you, wealthy people do not worry about their credit score. They worry about one thing, their schedule of assets. If you have a schedule of assets, no one will ever ask you for your credit score. A schedule of asset are basically all the assets that you own. Could be real estate, particularly income producing assets, the value of it, the cash flow from it, and the debt involved in it, okay? This is called a schedule of assets, which will give you FC, free cash flow, okay? This is the most powerful thing you can have in finance. Or you could have stocks, okay? What are my stocks? What is the value? You'd want to know, how strong the company is, but over here you're going to have the dividend paid by that company. You could have cash accounts. It doesn't do anything, okay? And by the way, the cash account is not something your bank loves. Why? Because they know you can withdraw that bank. It's the most vulnerable of all of them. You could withdraw it immediately. What they want to see is regular deposits, okay? So rather than showing them how much money you've saved or how much money you have in IRA or 401k, or, oh my God, you're so proud of how much money you put away. Look, what you really want is, I'm depositing net positive money every single month in this account. This is called a schedule of assets. Now, speaking of schedule of assets, in real estate, banks love real estate, particularly income producing real estate. I have 51 properties. They want to see the income. They want to see the expenses. They want to see the value, and they want to see the debt, and then they want to see the free income after that debt expense, okay? Why? They love real estate because unlike the cash account, very liquid, unlike the deposits, very liquid, unlike the stocks, very liquid. Okay, banks love non-liquid assets on a schedule of assets. This is why it's so important for everybody watching right now. By the way, if you hadn't subscribed yet, do that right now. You know it helps the algorithm, and also hit the notifications so the next time I come up live, which we do once or twice a month, you get this for free and you get notified immediately, okay? This is why real estate, because it is illiquid. It is very difficult to get rid of. I can't change my mind about it, okay? That's why banks love this, because it pays cash flow. It's a schedule of asset. It provides you and your family and your company with an asset value that's growing over long periods of time, provides cash flow into the future, and it's very, very difficult to get rid of. A schedule of assets that is strong, a schedule of assets is your goal in life and is worth more than a credit score. I have never been asked in the last, 20 years what my credit score is. I'm sure they pull it, but nobody cares about it, because when they look at my schedule of assets and they see 51 properties, 47 of them producing positive cash flow, the positive cash flow outweighs the negative, they're like, dude, let's give this guy some money, because just off his real estate portfolio, he can service this loan. Okay, another thing you can do right here, and I'm just giving you things you can start working for. Supplier's credit, okay? Rather than you paying for something today, once you go to your suppliers, your vendors, and ask them to give you 90 or 120 days on credit, sell those assets. This is other people's money. In this case, it's other suppliers' money. Pay them later, profiting you from using their money for that period of time. The ultimate Mac Daddy hack of the universe. It's been used by the greatest investors of all time across real estate, stocks, everything, you name it. The great hack, the great wealth hack of all time is called refinance, first-time finance. You might have remembered when our boy Elon Musk said, if you guys want me to pay taxes, I need to sell my stocks. Okay, if you guys want me to sell my stock, then I can pay taxes. Basically what he was saying is, I have these assets. In his case, it was Tesla, SpaceX, boring maybe, Neuralink. But basically he said, look guys, I don't have income. This is what the wealthy do. Wealthy people are like, I don't need any income. What I want is a drip. I want a drip every month. I want money coming in every month. Number two, they want assets that go up in value over time that they can borrow against. So rather than him taking a salary from Tesla, he said, don't give me a salary, give me options in the future to buy the stock at today's price, to borrow or use it in the future, however you see fit. So imagine this stock that he has an option to buy at 20 is now worth 266. Now he could go buy the stock for 20 bucks, okay? He would use money to buy the stock to exercise the options at 20 bucks. Be a smart purchase right here now that they're at 266, but he's not gonna buy them and sell them like most people wanna make a profit. He doesn't wanna make a profit. What he wants to do is borrow maybe 50% of the 266, which is about what they give him. They're gonna give him $133. So imagine he wants to dump 100,000 shares. Okay, watch how he does this. 100,000 shares times 20 bucks. So he needs $2 million. This is how the rich think. I need $2 million. He won't really need it. He'll borrow that from the bank too, by the way. And he's gonna get a $133 advance from the bank times, how many units did we say? 100,000? And they're gonna give him a check for $13 million. Taxable event, 0. He's taking a loan for 1 or 2 or 3% or 4%, doesn't matter to him. He's like, I don't care what percent you're charging me, I don't wanna pay income. And because it was a loan against a stock that he owns, oh, by the way, that he was just given under an option because he didn't take a paycheck, he doesn't pay any taxes. See, every time you get $100,000, the government takes $40,000 from you. Every time you borrow $100,000 from a bank, you got the same $100,000, but you did not have to pay taxes, which meant you got to use the whole $100,000 rather than only 60 grand when you earn the income. Look, these are just some of the hacks of the wealthy. If you don't know these, okay, you need to know them. Things like short selling, hedge funds, okay? Leveraging Forex, okay? All a little riskier. Building strong credit scores by using some of the strategies that I'm sharing with you here. But remember the two kings, okay? The two kings here are schedule of assets and using refinancing. Last thing I'm gonna tell you is, one time I bought a piece of property, did not know this would happen to me, complete error, okay? But it just goes to show you the possibility when you're buying great assets, what can happen to you. I put $15 million down on an asset and I borrowed $15 million, $45 million. 58 million, put 15 down. By the way, this was from the sale of a house. It was a big house. Sold a house, had $9 million worth of equity, made another mistake, bought a house I shouldn't have. I should have been buying apartments. I actually made some money on that house, but it was a mistake. Because what I'm gonna show you right here is not how to make a few $1 million on a house, but how to make a fortune that would take care of you and your family forever, okay? I sold this house. It was a great house. I sold it, got rid of it, and I took all the money and 1031'd it into another like kind real estate. This is a hack that the wealthy use called exchange of like property, referred to many times as a 1031. 1031s used to be a very, very common thing. They're not used as much today, but they used to be used in businesses, planes, real estate, a lot of different things, okay? So I took this house and I sold this house. I went and found a big apartment portfolio, $58 million. I put $15 million down. I borrowed the total amount of money needed to do this, okay? And I put a loan on this for $45 million. Now, you guys know I love real estate, and if you hadn't seen my other real estate work, there's actually a 90-minute free training on how to buy real estate doing exactly this with other people's money. They'll put the link below. It's completely free. I recorded this to share with you what I did to make my first $3 million score. This score happens to be bigger than that. But if you guys want to go to that link, my team will put a link below so you can hit it and go watch it when you got 90 minutes of free time. I don't have enough time to do it right now. Check it out. This is what we did. We put a loan on this place, okay? I waited 5 years. At the end of 5 years, the rents on this place had gone from $800 a month to about $1,800 a month. I timed it perfectly. It was 2012, and in 2018, to be precise, these rents had gone up, okay? Now, when the rents went up, these were 1,100 units. When the rents went up, the loan was almost due. It was actually due a year later, and Fannie Mae called me and said, Grant, you owe $45 million, and your loan's due. We're gonna extend the loan. You're a good payer, good real estate. We want to give you another loan. And before you start shopping around to go get another loan from another bank or Freddie or Fannie or a HUD loan, wherever, because when you have assets, banks are interested in you. Like when you just work, they know you're going to die. When you have real estate assets that are going to extend through time, long after I'm alive, those assets will still be available. The bank's going to call you and say, this loan's coming due. Would you like to extend the loan? We'll pull it forward, meaning we'll mature it now and give you a new loan amount. I said, sure, look into it. How much more money could you give me? They came back and said, you owe $45 million. We'll pay that loan off early, okay, a year early. We'll pay it off, and we're gonna give you a check for $63 million. The new loan will be $108 million. And I'm like, dude, how can you give me $108 million? I only paid $58 for the property. They're because your rents went from $800 to $1,800, and they've been doing that for 18 months. So we're sure the property, by the way, I'm not even signing this loan. The properties are signing the loan. This is what the wealthy do. They wait for things to go up, then they borrow against it in the future. I happen to have a great piece of real estate. They did this for me. I get a check for $63 million. The old loan is paid off 1 year early, literally saved 1 year of interest. I get a check for $63 million. Before I close this deal with the bank, I'm like, I gotta check and see what my tax implication is on this. And they said, you're not gonna pay any taxes on that. That's not money, that's a loan. I'm like, a loan? Yeah, a loan from the future of this real estate. Now, I know it seems crazy, and the reason it seems crazy is because, unfortunately, I didn't have anybody teaching me this when I was 10, 15 years old, 20 years old, 25. Nobody was showing me this. This is what the wealthy do. Okay? And if you don't know what they do, you don't know where they go, you don't know how they hook up, you don't know how they talk, guess what? you're not going to be involved in these conversations. Okay. Again, if you hadn't subscribed, hit it. Okay. If you haven't hit the notifications, do that now. That way, when I come up, you get it first. Look, I want you to put some wealth in your pocket, in your bank account, on your schedule of assets. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please share it with somebody else.